Hey, just sitting here listening to this Wake Up Everybody song by Brandy, Mary J. Blige, Missy Elliott, Wyclef, Ashanti, some throwbacks. I didn't know Ashanti and Brandy were even still around. What's up, y'all? You bored to death during the quarantine? Kind of wanted to get on here today and just talk about shit I've been going through. As if you guys have been following for a while, you know that I went through my 6 weeks sober last summer. And if you've been watching my recent videos, you have obviously seen that I've been drinking again. Actually, after that 6 weeks sober, I have been pretty much drinking every day since then. And I hit a really low point Saturday night / Sunday morning. And I just decided that, all right, fuck it. I have to quit drinking. Like, this has to happen. And so for the first time, I was like, maybe I'll go to AA, which used to make me like just cringe. But I went ahead and looked online and I found this group. This is day 5, by the way, day 5 of no drinking. And I kind of just want to talk about my experience so far with AA. It's really crazy because I felt like I was having a spiritual awakening, and then it kind of like went away. Like I was just like high on life. And if you look, especially the videos from last summer, I mean, I was just in such a good place. And I used that energy to start my company, quit my hair. I haven't brushed my hair in days. It is clean, but yeah, who cares? I don't go anywhere, right? Anyway, so I was in such a good place and I wanted that back so bad. And anyway, during this quarantine, the drinking's been getting absolutely out of control. It was pretty bad. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. And so, what I realized, my first day at AA felt really depressing. I didn't like it at all. I was just like, these people are weird. They're acting all churchy, and I didn't really like it. But one thing that I've done, like with my company, is that I read like about what all these CEOs did and how they were successful, and you know what they did to make their companies successful. I think I just said that. And so I started doing what they did, but the only thing that I wasn't doing was I was not facing that none of them drank. And it was like kind of in the back of my mind, like, oh, I know I'm going to have to quit drinking eventually, but I did not want to face it at all. I just didn't want to face it. And this quarantine, you know, it's really making me realize we have a lot of alone time now, right? And I was just listening to Sadhguru. I don't know if you guys ever listen to him. I highly recommend listening to him. It's like Sahdguru. I think that's how you spell him. And he was just saying like, you can't blame your anger on traffic. You can't blame your boss. You're alone. So who are you going to blame it on? It's obviously you if you're still having these problems. And I was just like, oh shit. And I've kind of been having some rough patches with the company that I started. And I know in the back of my mind that it's from my drinking. I'm not as productive as I want to be. I haven't made the best impression on people that I could have. Like maybe I was really hungover or wasn't as prepared for a meeting as I should have been. And like I like to think I'm pretty smart and I can play it off. But in the back of my mind, I know I would have been a lot further had I not been drinking so much. And And it just lately, my roommate just got here, but just lately, I was like, okay, especially after this weekend, like it was really bad. Like I almost lost my co-founder, and hey, Rachel, I'm on YouTube Live. Just heads up, because it's being recorded. I didn't want you to be like on a personal conversation or something. So anyway, I almost lost my co-founder. We got in the hugest fight on Saturday night. It was just awful, and we had been fighting like every night just because we were drunk, and that's it. And I was like, I realized that I'm gonna lose everything that I've been fighting for the last 2 years. I'm gonna lose everything if I don't quit drinking. And so, like I said, I had been following CEOs and what they did, and kind of following what they did. But one thing that I hadn't been doing was followed what people that quit drinking, that were successful in quitting drinking, have done. And I haven't met ever in my life one successful person, from Eminem, not that I've met Eminem, but just online or even in person, Russell Brand, like all these people that have successfully beat their addictions. They all have went to a recovery program, and I've tried to find people that beat it by themselves, because it's probably our ego. My ego is like, I'm not an alcoholic, I can beat this. But I tried that last summer and it didn't work. And so finally I was just like, all right, obviously there's something to this. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it because I don't know anybody that has beat alcohol without a program. So I humbled myself, and Sunday I did a bunch of research and looked at online meetings. Monday I went to my first one, didn't like it. Tuesday got a sponsor. Monday I got a sponsor, talked to her for like 2 hours, was pouring my fucking heart out, to this total stranger. And it was just such a connection that I had never felt to a stranger. The second day I went to the meeting, I talked, and nice. Well, good for you. I couldn't, but props to you. I think it said Joseph. I didn't really catch your name, but nice. Good. I'm super proud of you. I couldn't. The thing was, like, the reason why I couldn't beat it last summer was because I was living by myself, and I had my own company, so I didn't have to like go to work. And all my friends drank. And so when I quit drinking, I was 100% isolated from the world. It was the loneliest time of my life. Like, I was really happy, and I felt, James, sorry. Thanks. You too. But it was just so lonely, and I it was excruciating because I didn't have anybody to share it. Yeah, sour laser. Yeah, fuck that shit. Like, I'm so over it. But I'm gonna keep going to the meetings because I'm not. This time I'm not being like. I'm not being. I'm trying to just humble myself and not be egotistical and think that I can beat it on my own. And if people have, then that's so great. I'm super proud of you, and that's awesome. But like, what I realized is the reason I went back to it after going 6 weeks sober is because I was alone. I didn't have anybody to share it with. And what I'm realizing from AA is it gives you a connection to people. And all I wanted to do was be spiritual and meditate. And I wanted to share that with other people. But all of my friends, thank you, James. But all I wanted to do was share that with other people. I had no idea that's what AA was about. I thought AA was like hella churchy and like kind of Jesus freaks. And that's a big turn off for me because I was kind of forced into religion as a kid. So that's just a major turn off for me. But after I went, the third day that I went, thanks, Rachel. My roommate just left a comment. That's so great. She's downstairs. But anyway, but yeah, so I wanted to share that. And what I'm realizing in these AA meetings is like, there is a lot of spiritually woke people in there. And it's like immediate acceptance. Thank you, Derek. Thank you so much. I'm rooting for you too. You guys are so awesome. Really happy I'm doing this. I'm trying to be very authentic. Not trying, I am being very authentic and raw. And yeah, just, learning to be sincere with everything that I do in life, and hadn't posted anything sincere from myself in a long time. And part of that was because I was ashamed because I had been drinking a lot. So I've been posting random stuff, which a lot of them are funny. But anyway, never mind that. If you are struggling with drinking, and I used to hate when people said this, but I'm gonna tell you this, like I already feel connected. Like the energy that I feel on these, they're just doing them like Zoom meetings, and they'll do like a little prayer or meditation or whatever, but like it gives me like chills. It's like that's the feeling that I wanted last summer when I quit for 6 weeks. Like that was all I needed, was like that support. The alien video, yeah. That was a Snapchat filter. I really like that filter. I was definitely high and drunk that night, but haven't been in 5 days, and I woke up. So the first 2 days, I got to tell you, the first 2 days were pretty rough, pretty depressing. The third day kind of started coming out of the fog. Now on day 5, I mean, I woke up this morning with the biggest smile on my face. Like I just woke up so early, went for a jog in the rain, and was just so happy to even be in the rain. Like, oh my gosh, like I just don't ever want to drink again. And it's so crazy because I used to think that if I drank, like if I quit drinking, then I would be like missing out on all the fun and all the like social activities that I was used to. And that's what I'm realizing that AA is actually for, is that it kind of gives you, my roommate just opened a seltzer. We've been like hardcore. It's so funny because we've been doing this. It's just seltzer. It's not alcohol, but I put a koozie on it to trick my brain. It actually really does help a lot. Tremendously. She just opened one though. That was what that sound was. Hi, Andre. How are you? So where was I? I don't know. I'm just rambling. But so what I realized was that connection to people is that is your, it's your social connection that everybody kind of. So what I'm learning is like alcohol isn't your problem. Alcohol is, or mine, I shouldn't say you, I don't know what your guys' problem is. Alcohol isn't my problem. Alcohol was my solution. My problem was I wasn't being authentic. I was ashamed of things that I had done in the past. I was carrying a lot of guilt, resentment, anger. I'm still working through a lot of that. One thing that I'm super grateful is that I've kind of worked through a lot of this in the past couple of years already, just with, changing my life so many times and reinventing myself and still finding myself miserable. Like, what am I missing? And what I'm missing is that spiritual connection to the universe, God, whatever you want to call, whatever your God is, but a higher power. And now I'm totally sounding like an AA person, but I don't care, because I realized that's what I was missing, was just that social engagement. And so I had this fear of like, oh, I'm going to lose all my friends, but I haven't lost any friends. I've gained like hundreds of people that are supporting, and it's like immediate acceptance, people being authentic. Last night, like I used to write poetry. Obviously, I used to rap. When I was a kid, I used to write poetry. And I kind of started writing. I was in a meeting like last night, and I was just thinking, this word just came to me, boxes. And I don't have it on me. I should go get it. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go downstairs. Hang on. Yeah, you're gonna get it? Thank you. That's so awesome. It's on the bedside table. It's on, I think it's right underneath that book. Everything is Figure Outable. Also recommend that book. It's awesome because it's like one of the only self-help books that my daughter bought it for me, and it's one of the only self-help books that I've come across that is written by a female. Like, finally, not that I still love Napoleon Hill and all of the other ones that I've talked about, but this one's really good, and I can't even think of her name. But if you're a female and you want a self-help book, I highly recommend that. Anyway, she's getting the book. I'm gonna read this little poem that I wrote last night, and hopefully it'll resonate. It doesn't even rhyme. How come you're no longer on social media? That's a good question. I was around a lot of negativity when I was doing Lega-C. I had a big Twitter. I'm still on YouTube, and I'm still on Instagram. I don't have that many followers. Like I'm not. I don't care about being famous anymore. I'm so over that. Like, it was just that was almost like a little addiction in itself. What's that?
That's who wrote that book.
Oh, thank you, Marley.
Marie.
Oh, Marie. Thank you, Marie Forleo. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but that's the author of that book. Thank you. You're so awesome. And so, anyway, I keep losing my train of thought. Oh, social media. Just the kind of the I guess the attention that I was getting when I was doing music. I didn't really. It wasn't healthy. It's Danielle to the max. DANIELLE, the number 2, DA max, MAX. And there's not that much on there. It's mostly my dogs and food recipes, but every now and then I'll post something that's like personal. But I don't do that much social media. I'm on LinkedIn like a motherfucker. Like LinkedIn I'm just more about like business and being professional. I mean, like, if I develop, I guess, another social media, I would want it to be for the right reasons. I want to be more like helping people and inspiring people. And those pages, I deleted my Lega-C Facebook and Twitter because it was very ego driven and so much negative energy. And I just wanted to get away from it all. You can never lose friends, even when you're by yourself. You're never alone. You're so right. I didn't catch your name, but thank you. It started with the W. Okay, so boxes. This is what I wrote last night. It doesn't rhyme. This is not a rap. But I just said, I love how nobody fits into boxes. So I was on AA. Random question. I just wanted to ask you, authentic confirmation that you're using holes. Yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, it's a true story. I'm actually working on a self-help book, but the only part of that song that isn't true is that I actually never stripped in Vegas. But yeah, I've stripped. This is real. I've never said this on camera. But I was a prostitute for a long, long time. I was on hella drugs, even during the time that I was rapping. Yeah, the song Holes that's actually the last song that I wrote. Interestingly enough, that's the last song that I wrote. That was like me kind of like purging, like, this, especially that one line and say, got fabricated identities depending on what the day is. That's true. And I was just being, and I said, my heels are clicking. Oh, what did I say in that song? I was like bawling, emotionally like broken. I was at such a low point when, and if it looks like I'm shaking, my my washing machine is going and it shakes the whole apartment when it's on the spin cycle. So the desk is like shaking. So it's not me, although I probably am a little shaky from putting alcohol, but that for sure wasn't me just then. But anyway, I've done a lot of shit. I've had a crazy life. I've been raped more times than I can remember. I got raped when I was 16. I got pregnant right after high school, started stripping right after, you're welcome, James. Started stripping like right after I was 18. Like, I think it was like a week of my 18th birthday. I started working in a strip club to figure out how to, and I was a single mom, and I'm so grateful. Like, the biggest blessing in my life is my daughter being born, because I mean, I've made, and this is one of the reasons why I've drank a lot, was I have so much guilt and shame for things that I did when she was little. I've blamed myself for a lot of things. I wasn't there a lot, but I also can say she saved my life. And because, like, just the guilt and the pain that I would feel when I wasn't with her would always kind of bring me back and like keep me grounded. And we're so close still to this day. And like that pain, that guilt and pain that I feel from not being the mom that I wanted to be is what keeps me reminding me now of why life is so important, to be present and not drink it away, because I don't have to have regrets anymore. You know, I don't have to live in shame anymore. I can make good choices and I can have a healthy relationship with my daughter now. And I don't have to carry all that guilt and shame for, you know, things that other people did to me and things that I did to myself and that I did to other people. And so, anyway, that being said, boxes. Here, I'll actually show you the page. I don't know if I can flip it when I'm on here. Thanks. I love how nobody fits into boxes. I've always felt so different. I drank to fit in. I drank to hide that I wasn't being authentic. I drank just to drink. Now that I'm sober, I realize that I love who I am. I just never knew who to share that with. I often felt alone when I was being authentic. In AA, I see all types of people who are being authentic, and none of them fit into boxes. These people love each other, they accept each other, and they are my people. And I just felt, I felt inclined to share that. I hope you weren't expecting a rap or anything like that. Maybe someday I'll write a rap, but right now it's just about spiritual growth. So yeah, that was intense, actually. I can't believe we just talked about all that stuff, but that's what I was writing about last night. And so it's definitely a journey. You know, when I don't know of a greater pain that I've ever felt, the feeling like if you're a parent and that you failed your kid. And that is just very, very, in fact, a lot of the people in my sponsor too, she had her kid when she was 17, and we were just kind of talking about a lot of the same stuff. And it's a doozy. Thank you, James. We were just talking about, you know, just how difficult that was. And it's so crazy because I was with my daughter this weekend, and she just hugged me and we cried, and she just out of nowhere, she was like, Mom, I forgive you. And she goes, I don't know why I said that, but I just felt like I needed to say that. And I just started bawling my eyes out. And I mean, we were drinking when this conversation happened, but almost it was like God, or an angel or the universe, told her to say that to me, because it just kind of gave me the strength to forgive myself. And I know we have to forgive ourselves sometimes people won't forgive us, but just that she even knew to say that, because, you know, it was just really powerful. And I feel so encouraged, and I feel like, you know, it's not every day is going to be sunshine and roses, or as my grandma would say, not every day will be a bed of roses, but I feel like I have a support system now. You know, when I was kind of doing these daily check-ins last summer, when I was doing that 6 weeks sober, you guys were all I had, and I'm super grateful for you, so grateful for you. But I still wasn't all the way authentic, because I was way too scared to go on live. I wouldn't even get on YouTube if I didn't have my hair and makeup done, and I was just still kind of. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing your hair and makeup, but it's who cares? I want to talk, I want to connect to people, and I feel like talking, so I'm getting on. And I used to be so I used to look at people that did that on YouTube and be like, how do they have the nerve to go on and just be themselves? And I kind of feel like I'm getting into that zone, and I really, really like it. I'm really loving it. And so, yeah, authentic Danielle McLean, aka Lega-C, and all the bazillion other names that I've went by in my lifetime. But I'm a spiritual being. I'm a child of God, and I'm really grateful to be here, and super glad that you guys are tuning in. Do you guys want to talk about anything else? What are you doing on your quarantine? Have you learned anything new? I've been playing the ukulele. I had a ukulele for a long time, and I'm actually kind of starting to get a little good at it. I would love to hear what you guys are doing. Oh, I can flip it. I'll show you my apartment. I moved recently. Say hi, Rachel. I'm glad you were dressed. That's my roomie / co-founder. That's the park. Patio is definitely next on the to-do list. We just moved in here, so it's coming together. You're actually practicing your spiritual journey. Awesome. That's so awesome. And then this is this is the office. It's in work. So no judgment, please. We just made this. Can't show you all that, but I love this pop-out whiteboard. And that bench actually needs to go back. This bench right here needs to go back on the patio. But the weather got kind of cold last week, so it's supposed to be nice this week. Anyway, we're putting, there'll be another computer. Look, my co-founder built this fucking beast of a machine. Yeah, right? And so that's going to be my desk, and it'll have like 3 monitors, and this will be hers. We're actually probably going to move the computer over that way. And of course, got my pups. But so the office is in work. I didn't really want to do a tour until it was like more finished, but here's the upstairs bathroom that we actually don't really ever use. It's just smile, love every day. That's outside, which they're building another apartment complex. These are my apartments. You can't really see them that good, but this is just a random, this is the closet, a wig. We don't ever use that. I guess I'll go downstairs since you guys are actually still watching. I'll show you the rest of the apartment. I made this bomb. Another thing I've been getting really good at is, all the books. Of course, favorite movie. Yeah, lots of books. I love this. This was really awesome. I was very excited about that. That was a couple weeks ago. Of course, my daughter and me, her when she was a little baby, some of our spiritual stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these hot bitches before. And the kitchen, I made this yesterday. I've been getting really good at soups. It kind of looks disgusting, but it's so good. It's kind of like vegan gumbo. Downstairs bathroom. Oh, and I also have to say, this apartment has never been this clean till we have quit drinking. And this is the book that I was talking about. This one. I'm really loving this book right now. Super good self-help book written by a girl, which is rare. That's the apartment. Hey, there's me. So anyway, that's really kind of all I was kind of just wanting to get on here and talk. I didn't really know what I was going to say or what was going to come out of it, but spirituality is definitely where it's at. And I just feel really high on life right now. So did the changing your diet thing, do you trying to quit drinking in spiritual weight? So did you do the diet? I think I get your question. So yeah, like I was vegan a long time ago, and I've done several videos on this. I was vegan a long time ago just to be skinny. Hey, rap metal mistress, what up? I was vegan like a long time ago, like probably almost 10 years ago, but it was more like just to be skinny. It was totally for selfish reasons. I didn't even really care about my health or like any of the other reasons why people are vegan. But now recently I started doing it because I was watching like Ralph Smart videos like last summer, and he was doing like the 7-day vegan challenge. And then another big reason is when I was in engineering school, I took a sustainability and renewable energy class. And there was a lot of focus obviously on fossil fuels and all of that stuff. But one thing that I was completely unaware of until I took this class was how much emissions are from agriculture and eating meat. It's so bad. Chicken is the worst, and I think cows are second, and then pigs next. Like all the methane gas. It's so bad for the environment. And I'm really passionate about the environment and renewable energy. That's probably the biggest reason why I haven't been doing music anymore, because like that's what, like I like to play music or mess around with music for fun, but like I said, I just don't really care about. You've been vegan for 6 years, keep at it, glad you're educated about it now. Yes, that's so awesome. Well, thank you, Andre. I think you're a beautiful human being too. I don't know if you're a vegan, so, but you're a beautiful human. Um, but it's more for it's for healthy reasons and the environmental reasons, um and of course spirituality. Been watching Ralph since you quit drinking. LOL, it's so strange that happens. Yeah, surprise. Gosh, your comments are long and they disappear. I can't read them fast enough. I wonder if I touch them, they'll stay on the phone longer, because they just like, they flash and then they go away. um but so but it's like, if you do start getting spiritual, so I got away from it, but I had like all these reasons to be vegan. Like, it was like, okay, spirituality, you're seeing that God is cool. You're seeing that God is like in everything. And like, I've gotten so close with my dogs, and it's like, I can't imagine like someone eating them. Like Ralph always says, like, why are we eating our friends? We shouldn't eat our friends. And animals are so, so, so sweet. And I just don't want to eat them. I'm not perfect. Like I'll say I'm mostly vegan. I'm definitely not perfect. In fact, on Sunday we ate bacon and sausage and eggs. And then we had Taco Bell on the way back because we went to Kansas City. I know we kind of broke a little bit of social distancing rules, but it was my daughter's birthday. We just went and surprised her, and there was 5 of us at her apartment. We didn't go out or anything. But anyway, so I'm definitely not perfect, but mostly vegan. You're welcome. I may not be a vegan, but I'm into retro gaming. I don't even know what that means. What is retro gaming? Someone explain that to me. Hmm? Oh, Pac-Man. Okay, cool. I know Pac-Man. You're talking about, I know Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong. That's probably like the only video games I know. I don't like video games. I'm not that good at them. I used to be when I was a kid, but then my siblings and I, we all got in a huge fight over the Nintendo, and we were like fighting over the controllers because there were 6 of us. We had 1 Nintendo, 2 controllers, and we got in this huge blowout fight, and my mom took the Nintendo away, and that was that. So that was it on video games. She just shut that shit down real quick. We blew it. So we were like beating each other, we wouldn't take turns. We were addicted. Anyway, that's a funny memory. I forgot that even happened. So we would like actually go to our friend's house down the street. There were these 2 boys, and my sister and me we would ask their mom if she